Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Karambi Realty, and here with another session of Ask Doug. And I have a question that people have asked, and that's how do you value, what do you make out of the tax assessed value versus what the home might be worth or compared to other valuation methods? So we just recently sold a home that got appraised for 1.5. It sold for 2, and I believe the tax assessment was something like 1.2. So why such a big spread in valuations? So should you use the tax assessment as a guide to what your home is worth? Well, no, not really. The tax assessment is usually off. There's no inspection of the property. It's a very broad brush method of determining the value by a number of guys at the tax office that try to keep up with it, and that's a lot of properties on the state of Hawaii. So what they do is, let's take Waikiki for example. They'll take, let's say, 2-bedroom sales in Waikiki, and they will do all of Waikiki, and then they will average that and then multiply that back with the square footage of your unit to give an assessment value. Well, that's not a very exact way of doing it. They might try to keep it in just the building in particular, but you know, you might have a better view than someone else, or yours might be renovated. They don't take that into account. So you got to take the tax assessment with a grain of salt, because it's as I said before, just a broad brush method of valuation. Okay, so well, what's better? Well, what's better is actually comparing all of them and seeing where the value might end up. So you take tax assessment, you take an appraisal that they might have done, a seller might have done. Maybe they refied their property for a new loan recently and they have an appraisal or an estate appraisal, or in some way they have an appraisal done. Maybe someone offered them something, a verbal offer. You put all those together and it helps give an indication of value. But this is all about whether you should use tax assessment. So, you know, the value could be way over or it could be way under. So I rarely see them on the money. So my answer would be no, don't use the assessed value to price your property. Is probably much lower. Plus they have normally had a 2-year time lag on getting the valuations caught up if there's an appreciating market, and then probably a 2-year on a declining market as well. So there's some other factors about that too that you want to take into consideration. All right, well, I hope that's helpful. Tax assessment, grain of salt with that one. All right, hope that's useful. And if you have any real estate needs, buying, selling, renting a property, property management needs, love to hear from you. Thanks so much.